Hello, I'm Alex Rose, aka Safety Dad, and this is episode 5 of the Message from Deep Space. So last time we only learned a few words, they were important ones. So I am very excited to see how we are going to put these words into play. I feel like this is going to be the time where we start learning some of the more advanced abstract concepts. Alright, we are booting our computer back up. I wonder if Bautista's got another fun update for us. No, it seems like we're jumping right back into it. Okay, so we have 1, 2 added together is 3. All right, back to basics. 3, 4 added together is signal 12. So signal 12 could be 7. Um, but it seems odd to have a word specifically for signal 12. Oh, Bautista does have another update. Another update. I'm gonna take a wild guess and say you've never had to write patch notes before. No. Why is it you ask? Oh, nothing. Just tell us what's new, Doc. Input and output are in lines now. Oh, perfect. And we don't have to put entries on separate lines? That's actually pretty sweet. Anything else that we should know? Formatting settings are available for each dictionary entry. Where? In the dictionary. Open an entry's notes. Let me see. Yep, found it. Okay. Thank you, Dr. Bautista. Alright. So we have... What are we even looking at here? I agree, Dr. Angus. Radio frequencies offset by values of 1.4 billion hertz, with sub-zero values encoded by a two-way hash table. Oh, great, Dr. Bautista. What would we do without you and your sass? Not much. Anyways, let's get back on track. Okay, well... 0 equals 0. So... it seems like if we have, in this case, 2 and 3 added together is 5, and our signal, negative 12, is equal to negative 6. Is it just equal to negative 6 in this case? No. How curious. How peculiar, how odd. So, if I had to take a guess as to what signal 12 means, it is where we are having to fill in that blank. I think putting in an actual blank would probably be too difficult to read. So why don't we just fill it in as answer this? Answer this. 3 added to what is 15. That's gonna be 12. Wonderful. So 3 nan 5 something equals 2 times 4, which is 8. So we know that 3 added to 5 is 8. Perfect, very clear. We've got a longer one here. 4 equals 2 multiplied by 2, which is true. So we're given a couple of true statements here. 4 equals 4 times 1. 4 equals 1 times 4. 13 equals something multiplied. Well, 13 is a prime number, so its only factors are 1 in itself. So we can try 13 multiplied 1. Wait, but they've given us the multiplied, and we don't put it in the middle. So we would do it, we would format it like they're formatting it, which would be 13 nan 1. Awesome. No way you entered the bigger number first. That upsets me. Really? Feels natural to me. Well, I guess the aliens agree. I'll just shut my big mouth. I suspect that either would have worked. Now that's fascinating. Yeah, it is. You have no idea why, do you? What? No, of course. It's, well, we just used answer this to represent multiple signals. That's what I was about to say. Mm-hmm. Skeptical. Like the thing Bautista says skeptical out loud. Okay, so 3 equals 2 and var 0 multiplied. I've noticed that we're not putting nans in between numbers anymore, so that would make var 0 equal to, and then answer this, so we are solving for var 0. So that is really, really cool, that we are now being able to be directed about what part of the equation to solve without having to put and answer this in. So we can store that variable in multiple places, which would probably let us solve linear sets of equations. So in this case, it's going to be 1.5 because you don't get an even number there. New signal detected. Yay. Alright, so we have var 0 multiplied by 3. There are settings in the dictionary to choose the formatting for each word, so we can customize how the compiler organizes our words. Negative should be set to append no space. Okay, if you insist. I guess, in that case, if we have the ability to format, we can also go ahead and convert that to just a clean minus. Try it. Alright, I have tried it. So var 0 multiplied by 3 is var 1. So we know that var 1 is triple var 0. Var 0 equals 0, so then var 1 must equal 0. Var 0 equals 1, so then var 1 must equal 3. Okay, so now we are given the ability to solve for multiple things. So we have var 1 equals, and this will be triple 2, so we can do 6. So the math is still pretty simple, but the logic is beginning to get a little bit more interesting. We have a new symbol. I'll tell you, it's making me uneasy. Well, what is? Signal -9. We haven't seen one yet. Yeah, I've been eyeing that. I want a happy dictionary. Happy dictionary, happy life. Exactly! It's nice to see that they agree on something. Oh, we have a longer sequence here. So we have var 0 multiplied by 4 equals var 1. So now is and set to have a new line. I don't feel like that should have a new line. It's time to fiddle with this a little bit and see if we get anything that feels better. Yeah, this feels better. Can have nan essentially be a new line. I think we can simplify nan to something a little bit more readable in context. If we need to go back to not a number, keep that in mind. For now, why don't we make that clean? An underscore. How fancy. It is to separate words. Dr. Bautista disallowed spaces in the dictionary for some reason. A good reason, I'm sure. Parsing words with spaces would be troublesome. Imagine inputting 2 spaces rather than 1. The compiler would struggle to parse it as we wished. Fair point. Yeah, it makes sense to not include spaces, especially because space is a delineator that we need already. Okay, so we have number sets representing var 0 and var 1. So this looks like it is creating some amount of number sets. So this is increasing by 1 every time, so maybe we can just assume that that will increase from 1 to 8. Although, it's not just about getting the right answer. It is also about making sure that we have understanding. Right now, we don't have understanding of this negative 13 sequence. var 1 equals var 0. 3 add... So, var 1 is equal to var 0 plus the... So, 0 and 3. So it looks like var 0 is presented first here every time. So... This time, we are not given part of a set. We are asked to fill in the whole set. So I'm just going to follow that pattern of us increasing the set 0 number by 1, and then calculating for the corresponding variable 1. Okay, we have some odd variable numbers here. We have var 0 and var 5, which is equal to... So, var 5 divided by 2 is equal to var 0. So, var 0 will always be double var 5. So, we have 0, 1, and then 0.5, and then 2, and then 1. So, 3 and 1.5. So, naturally, we would have... Is the decimal a new line? I feel like that shouldn't be a new line. This is a nice chance that they're giving us to fix some of the formatting here and make it feel a little bit more natural. Okay, so 0 and 0. Yeah, so this feels natural. And the outcome is easy enough to calculate it. But I don't know what minus 13 is trying to communicate to us. Maybe that it's repeating? But how do we know how many times to repeat? Let's go ahead and input a repeat. Maybe we can tag that as a guess for now. So that way we know that we're not that confident in this answer. Okay, so to add so when we add 0 and 2, or variable 0 and 2, we get 1. So 0 and 2, 1 and 3, 2 and 4, where variable 1 is always 2 greater than 0, that makes sense. And variable 5 multiplied by 3 equals variable 13, and we repeat that. So we put the smaller variable first, 0 and 0, 1 and 3, 2 and 6, always multiplying by 3. And we have variable 2 and 3, which are directly equal to each other, so they'll always be the same. Now, variable 2 multiplied by 7, we've been given 3 instances of variable 2, so I am assuming that we want those 3 instances, 0, 1, and 2. And we multiply those by 2 to get variable 7. So, we can do 0 and 0, 1 and 2, 2 and 4. This feels reasonable to me. Doesn't feel reasonable to the aliens. Why is that? Could be because we are missing... Ah, thank you, Dr. Bautista. We are missing separators. You are correct. Vigilant as always, good doctor. We probably don't need separators on the last one. That is correct. We don't need separators on the last one. Alright. Variable 0 and variable 1. We want to answer how they relate. We made it to triple digits. Has Bautista finally lost his marbles? Have some faith in your colleagues, Acres. Dr. Bautista. In base 8, 100 is 8 squared. That is 64. We are on the 64th transmission already. So we've made it to 3-digit numbers and alien numbers. That's pretty neat. Alright, Bautista, looks like you still have your marbles. For now. Okay. So we have 0 and 1 have some relation that causes them to be 2 equal. Okay. But this is an and here. So we okay, we double new line this. So these are separate. So can we say bar 0 2 multiplied equals bar 1? Because that's consistent, right? These are always double. Okay, so that is what they were looking for. I don't quite understand why. This is the first time where I have felt like I don't have a very good grasp as to what is separating things out. Sorry. Hello, Dr. Doppler. Let's go ahead and get our report. Alright, let's get started. Where were we? We learn where they live, how they sent the meteor. Sorry, Dop, you know the drill. Still getting ahead of myself. Understood. But we are steadily progressing. We are a bit in the weeds as of late, but I trust we're building towards something. Right. And thanks for joining us again, Dr. Bautista. It was mandatory. Now, let's see those sketches. You all remembered, yes? I'd like to see how you all picture the aliens, given what you've deduced from the translation so far. So let's start with Dr. Rose. You forgot, didn't you? I'm sorry, Dr. Bautista. I had other stuff in my mind. But I see you've got something, Dr. Collins. Let's see it. Here's what I have, sir. Interesting. An octopus creature. I thought about why they love base 8, and my mind went to 8 appendages. You think they're aquatic? I'm not sure. We have no insight into that at the moment. Let's turn to Dr. Bautista. Let's see what you have imagined. Now, Dr. Bautista, you're an artist. That's a wonderful drawing, if a little bit frightening. Oh my, that looks incredible, and a bit scary. What's the thought process, says Bautista? It's like a snake with antlers or hands. 4 prongs per side, totals to 8 digits for counting. I don't really follow the rest, but that's certainly imaginative. Now let's see Alan's sketch. Well, let's hear it. Is that a UFO behind him? Of course. And he's holding a ray gun? It's for fighting space monsters. And look, 4 fingers on each hand, just like Bautista's drawing. Do not relate our 2 drawings. Wow, that's a surprising amount of hostility for Bautista. Acres, did you sign yours? That's how I tag my work. Cool, huh? I'm surprised you didn't add a little sun in the top corner. You know, that crossed my mind, but I wasn't sure if they were visiting during daytime. That's what you considered? Listen, I know I'm not a great artist, but I tried to have some fun with it. Well, thank you for sharing, Acres. I think I prefer Dr. Rose's sketch over that one. Dr. Rose didn't make one. Hey! Rude! I think that's enough sketches for now. But I do have another trophy to present. And guess who our employee of the week is? I've heard that astronomer has been quite handy. Is it for all of us for working so well together as a team? Nope, that's good too, but this one's for the incumbent, Dr. Brian Bautista. I hear his inlining update has been pretty handy. And the ability to customize for how each entry prints is a nice touch. Good work this week. Thank you, thank you. It is a pleasure to accept this District 4A Pole Vault Champion trophy. You've earned it. Now let's all get some sleep. You too, Doppler. Yeah, we'll see. Week 5. 13 transmissions. They went by so fast. We are getting into abstract concepts, which is interesting, but now we are getting out of the realm of knowing for sure that these are very concrete answers. So it'll be interesting to make sure that we stay aligned with this translation. Alan's journal. Status? Relieved. It seems like everyone on the team is as confused as I am. These transmissions are difficult and abstract. Regardless, I will do my best. Bautista's log. The transmissions have gotten easier. Carrie's diary. Dear diary, the latest transmissions have been steeped in mathematical functions, it appears. Though abstract, it is revealing. The aliens begin with concepts, building from one to the next. I guarantee this message is going somewhere. It's been 5 Doppler's report. It's been 5 weeks since the investigation began. We've limited the number of people allowed into the media room to limit contamination, but it's been long enough. Next week, I'll show the translation team the meteor in person. What are my thoughts? As we move into abstract words, excited to begin moving beyond the realm of filling in arithmetic. But that may still be a ways off. That might still be off. That may not be soon. Thank you for joining this episode. As always, if you enjoyed, please like and subscribe, and I will be continuing to figure out what these alien secrets hold in store in the next episode. Thank you very much. Have a good one.